Hi, and welcome to this ForNAV coffee break. My name is René Brummel. I'm a product specialist at ForNAV, and I will be your presenter today. As this coffee break is live, you can ask your questions via the GoToWebinar question window. We will answer them at the end of the coffee break. Today, we are going to create report extensions for your ForNAV reports. In this webinar, we will extend the request page of a standard ForNAV report. With ForNAV, you can change almost anything you want in the ForNAV designer. Apart from editing the report layouts, obviously, you can get data from related tables, you can add data items, add calculated fields, change the totaling, so almost everything. Unfortunately, you can't change report request pages or add any specific calculations in AL, but fortunately we can remedy that with report extensions. To demonstrate report extensions, I'm going to use these steps. Prerequisites, what do I need to get going? In step 2, I will create a report extension in VS Code. In step 3, I will add a field to my report request page. In step 4, I will add the new request page field to my report layout. Let's start with the first step. Today, I will be creating a report extension in the Business Central on-premise Docker installation with the Business Central 2021 Wave 2 release. I've installed the ForNAV customizable report pack and I've executed the step-by-step wizard from the assisted setup to get started. Of course, everything I do today is also available on the Business Central Cloud. I also have Visual Studio Code and the ForNAV Designer installed on my PC. The ForNAV Designer can be downloaded from the ForNAV website. To demonstrate creating a report extension, of course, I need to create a report extension. I've prepared an extension. To extend the standard ForNAV report, all I need to do is add a dependency to the ForNAV report pack. So let's go and have a look at what we are going to do. Switch over to Business Central. What we're going to do is we have this customer list and we're going to add a request page option to print or hide the logo, which when we print the report will hide this ForNAV logo. So in order to add that request page button, like I said, we need a VS Code extension with a report extension that will change the report request page. Now I've created a file already. Something else I've done is in my app file I have added a dependency to the ForNAV customizable report pack, and of course I need that dependency in order to modify the ForNAV objects in a report extension. So once that is done, I can simply add a report extension, give it a number and a name. With the name I usually use the ForNAV name, ForNAV customer list, and I will extend the ForNAV customer list. So that's easy enough. Now if I want to add a field on a request page, I'm going to need a global variable. So I will add a variable, and this variable needs the option in dataset in order for ForNAV to be able to read it. And then the variable will be pte print logo. And this print logo is going to be a Boolean. Then I need to push this variable into my dataset, and I need to push it into my dataset so the ForNAV layout can read it. So in the dataset I'm going to say add. Then I need to choose the data item where I want to add my variable. The only data item I have in this report is the list, so I will use that. And there I can simply add a column, and that column is going to be the pte print logo variable. So that creates a global variable inside my report. That adds it to the report dataset, so I can use it in my ForNAV layout. And of course, if I want to, let's add a trigger on pre-report, I can use this anywhere inside my AL code. like so. So I can do any calculation I want in AL and assign values to the PTE print logo. I don't need that today because all we're doing is a request page option. Now we've created our report extension, we can add a field to the request page. So we will be going back to VS Code. You notice we have a request page bit here in our report. So we can say, change some stuff to the layout of the request page. And in the layout of the request page, I'm going to add last to the options part a field, and that field is the PTE print logo field. Of course, I need to fill out some options for this field because we want a caption. So the caption is going to be print logo. I need a tooltip so my users know what they can use the field for. So it specifies the printing of the logo. And finally, I need an application area so Business Central knows when to show and hide this particular field. And that's all I need to do. Of course, in this request page, I can also modify the request page triggers. So I can modify the, for instance, on open page. And in the on open page, I can specify a default value for my PTE print logo, because I want to print my logo by default, so I'm going to set the PTE print logo to true. So that's all I need to do. To recap, I've created a global variable. I've added a column where I push that variable into my report layout, and I've added a request page layout field which specifies where I can set the print logo, and I've set the print logo to true by default. So now I can publish this to Business Central. Which means that if I am going to run my customer list, I now have my print logo field, and you will notice that it is set to true by default. Of course, it doesn't do anything because we still need to add the field to the layout. So to add this field to the layout, we can simply edit the ForNAV custom layout and do something with this field. So back to Business Central and edit the report. So let's change some stuff on the report header. So I will decouple it from the master template. And let's say I want to show the value of my field. I'm going to copy my field name. So in ForNAV I can use my Dynamics NEV dataset.field name. Now unfortunately at the moment these field names we create in request page are not added to the Dynamics NEV dataset in our dataset properties. So we'll need to add these manually, and ForNAV will say it doesn't exist, and that's because we can't read that data just yet. It will work, as you will see in a minute. So make this one yellow so it stands out a little bit. Then of course it's the print logo, so we need to show or hide the logo. So in the show output of the logo, I will once again use the Dynamics NEV dataset.pte print logo. And by the way, for those that don't know it, the PTE prefix is a prefix that we use to make our fields unique in Business Central. If somebody else uses a print logo on the report, then at least our report extension won't break. So that's the reason for the PTE. I'm going to hit OK and save as custom layout and activate. Which means I now have a custom layout for my list, and if I run this with the print logo switched to true, My print logo value is yes and my logo is printed. If I run it with the print logo switched to false, then my logo is not printed and the value of my print logo is set to no. It's a boolean, so it's no or false. Let's recap what we just did. The first thing we did was to create a report extension in VS Code with a new column and a global variable. Once we had that, we were able to add our field on the request page. Finally, we were able to use the field in the custom layout for our ForNAV report. So thank you for listening to me so far. I will just see if we have any questions. And we don't have any questions at the moment, so let's wrap up the coffee break. If you want to know more about ForNAV, or if you want to download the ForNAV Designer and Converter, please visit our website. If you want to install ForNAV in Business Central Cloud, please visit the Microsoft App Source. And you can watch more videos about ForNAV on our YouTube channel. If you have any questions about ForNAV, please email them to support@fornav.com. And for a full list of upcoming and recorded coffee breaks, please visit fornav.com/coffeebreak. Thank you very much for joining today. Goodbye.